In today's video, what if players from one university decide to team up in the NFL and make one super team? I put every Georgia Bulldog in the NFL on the Atlanta Falcons roster just to see how this team would match up with the rest of the league. And you know we had to put Kirby in the game. He's going to be the head coach. You know, they just won their national championship, their first one in like 40-something years.
Bro, how about them dogs?
So let's take a look at this roster. Matthew Stafford is going to be your starting quarterback. Crazy to think, man, he's been in the league for 13 years now. His backup, Jake Fromm, he's second year out of Georgia. And then Jamie Newman, a rookie QB. I don't think I've ever heard his name before. But where Georgia shines is at running back, man. They've got a lot of good running backs in the league right now, led by Nick Chubb. He plays for the Browns in real life. Dude is a beast. You got DeAndre Swift. You got Sony Michel. And then Todd Gurley, man. It's crazy to think he's only in his 7th year. But I think where it kind of falls off is at wide receiver. The ageless one, A.J. Green, leads the way. You got McCole Hardman, Isaiah McKenzie, Chris Conley, Javon Wims. There's Riley Ridley, Terry Godwin, and Reggie Davis. At tight end, you've only got one. That's Charlie Warner. On the offensive line, Isaiah Wynn at left tackle with Andrew Thomas. At guard, you've got Cordy Glenn, Solomon Kinley, Ben Cleveland. A lot of centers. David Andrews, Ben Jones, Lamont Gilliard, and then Trey Hill. At right tackle, Isaiah Wilson. Now, they do shine on the defensive side of the ball, especially at linebacker, Jordan Jenkins at defensive end, Jonathan Ledbetter, at D tackle, Geno Atkins, John Jenkins, Tyler Clark, and John Atkins. Linebackers, like I said, they definitely shine here. Justin Houston, one of the best pass rushers to ever do it. You got Leonard Floyd, Aziz Jewelry. He's a rookie. You got DeAndre Walker up the middle. I think this is probably the best player to come out of Georgia in a while. Might be a little biased. Roquan Smith. You got Alec Ogletree, Tay Crowder, and Monty Rice. Outside on the right side, you got Lorenzo Carter, and you got David Bellamy. Cornerbacks, very thin. Eric Stokes, the rookie. You've got Tyson Campbell, another rookie, and DeAndre Baker. At free safety, Richard LeCounte III, Mark Webb Jr., and then at strong safety, you got Rashid Jones, Sean Williams, J.R. Reed, and you got Maurice Smith. Kicker, Rodrigo Blankenship, Mr. Goggles himself. And then Cameron Nizelek. I tried, y'all. I really tried. So I did find one more player, Jason Stanley, another cornerback. He's in his 3rd year out of Georgia. Here's a look at our practice squad, and I don't mind the names at the top. You know, Madden, they throw in some players for you. But we got Trey McKitty at tight end, Elijah Holyfield at running back, Lawrence Kager at wide receiver. Let's see, is that it? Nope. We got Isaac Nuwata at tight end, Natrez Patrick at right outside linebacker, and then Nick Moore at tight end. So here's a look at the squad, man. They come in as a 75 overall, 79 on offense, 72 on defense. I think offensively, they're going to have to lean heavily on the run game. Nick Chubb, DeAndre Swift, Sony Michel. Matt Stafford's going to be able to sling the rock. But again, A.J. Green's up there in age. McCole Hardman might have a big year just because of his speed. But keep your eye on Isaiah McKenzie. He could be a special player for this squad. Glaring holes, obviously, offensive line, right guard, left guard, and then at tight end. Defensively, man, 72 overall is kind of tough for these guys, especially when Georgia has been known for their defense. I'm going to switch some things around. We're going to start Lorenzo Carter and O'Jewelry on the defensive line. That bumps him up. I mean, again, glaring holes, probably free safety. They don't have like a legit shutdown corner in the league right now. Maybe strong safety as well. Rashid Jones is up there in age. But again, I think this team could make some noise, man. I'm expecting them to go, I mean, maybe 8-8 or, 8-9. Because, they've got to play 17 games now, which is dumb. but I don't see them making the playoffs. Maybe they're in the NFC, though. The NFC is a strong conference. Let's see what they could do, man. If they could win, I doubt they could win a Super Bowl. I'll put it like that. So here's what's going to happen, man. We're going to send halfway through the season just to see what this team is looking like. Take a look at the stats, see who's, making some noise at their positions, and then we'll take it all the way to the playoffs. Comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this way that this team is built right now, they should make the playoffs? Let me know down in the comments. Okay, I'm a little shocked, man. The squad is 3-3 on the season. Still sitting at a 79 overall. We'll take a look at all the stats here in a few minutes. Got some upgrades here. All right, let's see. Offensive line, corner, linebacker, corner. Good, man, because this team needs a bump. Nick Chubb is going to go up to a 97. That's a good little upgrade, man. Upgrade everybody. 27 players get upgraded. All right, so let's take a look at the stats, man. Through 6 games, Stafford, 1,505 yards, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's been sacked 17 times. He averages about 251 per game. On the ground, Chubb, 455 yards, 3 touchdowns. Swift, 116 and 2. Jake Fromm got a rushing touchdown?
What?
Out of everybody on this roster, I did not have Jake Fromm on my bingo card getting a rushing touchdown. All right, receiving-wise, A.J. Green, 34 grabs, 391, 2 scores. Tyler Kroft, I don't know who this is. Stop filling my roster with players, man. 30 catches, 309, 6 scores. Mecole Hardman, 23 catches, 322, and 2 scores. Isaiah McKenzie, 22 grabs, 271, and a touchdown. Javon Williams, 7 for 87. DeAndre out of the backfield, 6 for 44 and a score. Then Nick Chubb has 3 for 20 and a tutty. Who's giving up the most sacks? David Andrews, Cordy Glenn, Isaiah Wynn, and Andrew Thomas. So let's take a look at the defense. Roquan, 43 tackles. LeCount has 33. Leonard Floyd with 30. Rasheed Jones with 28. Justin Houston has 28. Eric Stokes with 27. Tyson Campbell has 26. Geno has 23. DeAndre Baker with 22. Ogletree has 20. J.R. Reed with 17. Same with O'Jewelry. Lorenzo Carter with 15. And you got John Jenkins with 7. Mark Webb has 5. Stanley has 2. And then Crowder has 1. I would think they would have a nice sack total, right? Not bad. Lorenzo Carter with 3. O'Jewelry has 2.5. You've got Floyd with 1.5. Jenkins has a sack. And Mark Webb has a sack. Turnover department, not expecting too many interceptions. Eric Stokes has 2. LeCount has 1. And Baker has 1. Rodrigo, 5 of 7. He has 1 field goal blocked this year. He's 20 for 20 on extra points. Cam, kicking wise, 22 points, 6 inside the 20, 4 touchbacks. He has a long of 71. He booted the hell out of that ball. Okay, we're going to have to change that, man. Ty Gurley should not be returning kicks. 7 returns for 174. Isaiah McKenzie probably is the returner, or Mecole Hardman. I know he's returning punts, 14 for 111. So take a look at the stats, man. We are at the bottom of the NFL when it comes to total yards. 2,561 yards. That puts us 4th to last, which is 28th. That's pretty awful. That is pretty awful. 1,500 yards through the air, 628 yards on the ground. Considering we have one of the best running backs in the league, that's just not going to cut it. How many points are we averaging? We average 26 points per game, which kind of puts us right in the middle. 13 passing touchdowns. Puts us probably right in the middle, yeah. And then only 6 rushing touchdowns. We've got to find a way to get the ball more to Nick Chubb. But surprisingly, man, we are the 2nd best defense in the NFL, only giving up 2,011 yards. We've given up 1,403 yards through the air, 608 yards on the ground. We've allowed 159 points. I'm pretty sure that's up there. No, that's not bad. We're kind of towards the middle there. Okay. I'm shocked about that. 11 sacks. We're not even close to the top on that list. Fumble-wise, Falcons. We haven't forced any fumbles this year. Wow, and only 4 interceptions. So defensively, we're not bad. We don't give up a lot of yards. I don't feel like we give up a lot of points, but the problem is our offense. The offense isn't clicking. We've got to run the ball. I feel like Nick Chubb needs to get the ball a lot more, and that's going to open up the play action, which Matthew Stafford is like the king of. So here's the schedule. This is what we've done so far. We actually beat the Eagles 42-30 in the first game of the season. Turned around and got blown out by Tampa Bay 28-7. Beat the Giants 31-14. Lost to the Washington football team 21-13. Beat the Jets 35-31. Lost to the Dolphins 35-27. So for the remainder of the year, we've got the Panthers, Saints, Cowboys, Patriots, Jags, Bucks, Panthers, Niners, Lions, Bills, and Saints. A lot of tough games left on this schedule. Again, I see this team maybe finishing it right above 500 or right at 500. I just hope they can run the ball. That's going to be the key, man. Run Nick Chubb and open up that play action pass. Just like I thought, man, this team just isn't built the way that they should be, man. They finished 7-10 on the season. That puts them third in the NFC North behind a 13-4 Saints team and a 13-4 Buccaneers team. Wow. They're sending 2 teams to the playoffs. Let's take a look at these final stats. Yo, Stafford went crazy. 4,458 yards, 30 touchdowns, 9 picks, 62 completion percentage, just over 262 yards a game. But that offensive line is trash. Sacked 47 times. See, there you go. That's the kind of numbers Nick Chubb needs to have, man. 1,281 yards, 12 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift had 370 yards and 9 scores. Again, Jake Fromm running the ball for a touchdown. What? Maybe they should have got Sony Michel a couple more touches, but, you know, when you have a player like Nick Chubb, you got to let him run the rock. Out wide, A.J. Green had one of those years, man. 95 grabs, 1,139 yards, but only 4 touchdowns. Again, this kid, Tyler Kroft, you know, the team, you know, Madden put him on our team. He had a big year, 71 grabs, 773 and 10 scores. Isaiah McKenzie, he goes over 1,000 yards, 64 grabs, 1,033 yards and 7 touchdowns. Mecole Hardman, 64 grabs, 878 and 4 scores. DeAndre out of the backfield, 35 grabs, 295 and 3 scores. You have Wims down here with 124 and a touchdown, and Chubb has 67 yards and a score. So not bad for the wide receivers. 2 wide receivers go over 1,000 yards. I can't figure out where the problem would be. It has to be on the defensive side of the ball, right? That offensive line, though. Wynn gave up 15 sacks. Some dude named Denzel Good that they put on the team, he gave up 10. Andrew Thomas gave up 9. Cordy Glenn gave up 6. So did David Andrews. Defense side of the ball, Roquan, 119 tackles on the year. Rasheed Jones had 99. LeCount had 92. Leonard Floyd with 91. Justin Houston had 82. Tyson Campbell had 73. So did DeAndre Baker. Stokes with 66. Ogletree with 61. Geno Atkins with 47. Ojulari had 43. J.R. Reed with 38. Lorenzo had 38. Jenkins with 18. And Webb had 16. Stanley had 7. And Crowder had 4. Double-digit sacks for anybody? Okay, Leonard Floyd, 10.5 sacks, but that's it. Ojulari had 4. Carter had 4. Some dude named Muhammad had 4. 3.5 for Geno, 3 for Roquan, and 1 for Webb. And then LeCount had 2 picks. Stokes had 2. Houston, Campbell, and Baker each with 1. The Goggle Man, 16 of 19 on field goals. He had 2 of them blocked, but he was perfect on extra points. Cameron, 58 punts for just under 3,000 yards. He had 9 inside the 20. 15 touchbacks, 71 was still his long. Gurley returning kicks, 616 yards. McKenzie with 470. And then Mecole Hardman with 214. That's interesting, man. This team put up a lot of good stats. I'm interested to see. Offensively, they finished in the top 15. Defense took a big hit. They were ranked number 2 when we checked, and they fell down to 24th. They gave up 428 points. Wow. 6,400 total yards. Awful against the pass. Almost 4,700 yards through the air. 1,752 yards on the ground, 428 points. They were sacked. We got 30 sacks, forced 4 fumbles, and only 7 interceptions. That's interesting, man. Again, it's crazy to think because when you think of SEC and you think of teams like Georgia and Bama, they're built on their defense. They're especially Georgia. You never really hear too much about Georgia's offense putting up crazy numbers. You usually hear about their defense. So for their defense to be that bad, they're ranked 18th in points per game, 28th against the pass, 13th against the run. But look at the offense. 15th in points per game, 12th through the air, 15th rushing. They're a pretty mediocre team, man. But, hey, we didn't make the playoffs. That's tough. But this was fun, man. I like taking, college football and bringing it to the NFL. I got a couple other teams in mind that I might mess around with and put on the game just to see how they would do. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell, join the Noti Squad. And make sure you guys check out all those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. All right? I'm going to talk to you guys in the next one. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.